Hello, welcome to the video. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at section 7.2, where we're going to be looking at properties of parallelograms. So, the question that they ask us here is, what are the properties of parallelograms? Well, more specifically, um, maybe in a general sense, if we have a parallelogram, it is a quadrilateral. And what initially makes a parallelogram is two pairs of parallel lines. So these two opposite lines are going to be parallel, and these two opposite line segments are going to be parallel as well. Now, from those two sets of parallel lines, other properties come into play. So, like we have what is called a parallelogram opposite sides theorem that says that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then not only are the two opposite sides parallel, but the two opposite sides are also in fact congruent. If a if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, we can also take a look at the interior angles, and the opposite angles are also going to be congruent. So with that being said, we have an example here where it shows that we have two sets of parallel lines, so we know that it is a parallelogram, and then they want us to find x and y from that. Well, we also now know that since it's a parallelogram, we know that A, B, and CD are going to be the same. So to find x, you're just going to take x plus 4, set equal to 12, subtracting 4 from both sides, x would equal 8. To find y, we know that the opposite interior angles are going to be congruent. Well, since angle C is 65, that means angle A is also going to be 65, which means y is also going to be 65. All right, looking at these two examples, they want you to find FG. Well, FG is right here. Both, we have two sets of parallel lines. That means that FG is going to be the same as HE. That means FG is 8. The measurement of angle G is going to be the opposite of angle E. They're telling us that angle E is 60. Whoops. That means that angle G is also going to be 60 degrees. Looking at number 2, looking at X, these two are opposites, so I can say that 2x is equal to 50. That means x is going to be equal to 50 divided by 2, which is 25. Looking for y, I know that these two line segments are the same. That means y plus 3 is equal to 18. Y would then be equal to 15. Some other theorems that make a parallelogram is parallelogram consecutive angles theorem. So if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, not only are the opposite sides congruent, but the consecutive angles are going to be supplementary. And then the theorem below, if you drew a line segment between the two diagonals, uh, their intersections bisect each other. So what that means is when they bisect, PM is going to be congruent to MR, and also QM will be congruent to MS. So here it says, as shown, part of an extending arm of a desk lamp is a parallelogram. So since they tell us that, that means it possesses all the characteristics that a parallelogram has. All the theorems that we had, so on and so forth. The angle of the parallelogram changed as the lamp is raised and lowered. And they want you to find the measurement of angle BCD, so BCD, which is right here, when ADC is 110, so 110 is right here. Well, they want you to find this angle right here. Well, angle D and angle C are supplementary angles, so all I have to do is take 180 degrees, subtract it by 110, and I will get my angle measure for BCD, which is 70 degrees. And that is looking at properties of parallelograms. Hope this helps. Until next time.